Hello, and welcome to the Streets Will Never Forget podcast, Extra Streets.
Extra.
So today we're having a discussion about the Arsenal and Tottenham combined 11 for this season. I've got War with me today. Hello, War.
Hello, hello.
So obviously the North London derby coming on Sunday. Me being a big Arsenal fan, a big Tottenham hater, this should be quite an interesting, discussion with us. But we'll see how we get, because we might agree on more than we think.
I'm here just to fish out all the bias.
To cause the shit. So let's start off where it's probably easiest to start off. Goalkeepers. So, obviously for Tottenham, I mean, defensively, I don't know. They've scored a lot of goals this season. I'm not sure how they've done defensively. Hugo Lloris, good keeper. But then again, Bernd Leno has made some fantastic saves this season. What are your thoughts, War?
I mean, both good keepers. I think they're both maybe had a dip recently, but I think that's maybe because of the team performances rather than individual performances. I think I would probably have to go for Lloris, though, out of the two. I just think, the career he's had, the qualities as a keeper,
So, fair enough, career-wise, I agree with you, but this season, do you think he's done better than Leno?
I just don't think they've had... I don't think either have had amazing seasons, but I think if I wanted a keeper out of those two, to be my goalkeeper, I'd choose Lloris over Leno.
I suppose, again, this comes what we've mentioned in a previous video, is about how much you watch them. Now, I've watched Arsenal play every game, but I personally would pick Leno over Lloris this season. Like I say, maybe it's because I've watched more Arsenal. As a career, obviously, I pick Lloris, but this season I'd have to pick Leno. But anyway, moving into defence. So, do you want to do centre backs or wing backs first?
We're going to centre backs. I feel like that'll be a quick one.
So centre backs. So which two centre backs would you have if we're playing a 4-4-2?
Well, I think Alderweireld. I just think very trustworthy. Again, had a really good Spurs career. I just think I could trust him at the back. Strong, good in the air. But then, to be honest with you, I am struggling with the second one. I don't.
Yeah.
Think I wouldn't pick someone like Dyer, but then Rob Holding, obviously not. David Luiz, obviously not.
I can't really think of much of an argument for any of Arsenal centre backs.
I mean, that Gabriel's not been too bad from what I've seen of him. But then has he even played that much?
No, I think Gabriel's okay, right? But I just think he really is accident prone. Like, it's unbelievable the amount of balls he's played pass back, and we've been saved by Leno a lot of the time. I think I tried so hard to like him and to really get behind him, but I think he's the best of a bad bunch, and that doesn't make him good.
No, I completely agree. I mean, it's good that we can't even build a team here because we can't even come up with a second centre back.
Exactly.
I mean, I think might just put Eric Dyer in there.
Should we just play one centre back? Should we just have a 3-4-3 and play one centre back? Yeah, I mean, again, if we're talking about the best out of these two teams at the moment, that doesn't mean they're the best team in the league, and it might have to be Eric Dyer then. I can't put forward an argument for many Arsenal centre backs this season. So yeah, I'd be happy to go with that.
It's a good start. 3 Spurs players for me.
Yeah, so let's go to left back, and we don't need to have much of a discussion on this.
It's going to be 4, isn't it? I know this is going to piss you off. I know it
isn't, right? I know you're going to say Reguilon, aren't you?
I am going to say Reguilon. Yeah,
Reguilon, fantastic player, but he's nowhere near Tierney's level.
Honestly,
close.
Don't even start.
Not even close.
I mean,
Reguilon, fantastic player. He scored a couple of goals. I think this season, I rate him fully, but Tierney's contribution to the team and his, we talked about Scott McTominay in a previous one about his dedication and stuff, and that made him the cut above. That's what he does for Tierney. You're hard to find a player whips in more balls and drives forward and sparks attacks and stuff like that. Reguilon doesn't have that impact in his team.
I think Reguilon does. He's really good. He's really strong going forward. I think because Reguilon was injured.
Yeah,
that was coincided with Spurs' rough patch, and he come back in, and they just do seem a lot stronger going forward.
Yeah, like I say, I don't dispute. He's a good player, and he probably has solidified their defense, maybe going forward, as you say. But he's not as good as Tierney. That's it.
Obviously, we're not going to be able to agree on this one. I'm not going to
we'll end
change
this video right now if you can't admit that Tierney is a better player than Reguilon.
Oh, God, you're going to hate me when we do the teams.
No. So let's move on to right back.
Oh, God, I'm trying to think who even is Spurs right back? It's Aurier, isn't it?
Aurier and Doherty, yeah.
Oh, Doherty's all right.
I think, again, you look at...
Who's Arsenal's right back at the minute?
So it's either Bellerin or Suarez.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean,
And
that's why it isn't too bad, actually.
I would say Suarez. I think he's been underrated. And I think Suarez has had a really good performance for Arsenal this season. He's just not played enough. I think Bellerin's possibly a bit past it for us. But I'd put Suarez in mine over any of these.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. I feel like I do need to stick an Arsenal player in there.
Yes, that's one Arsenal player.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, whenever I've seen him play, he has seemed a lot more secure. Especially, I think, defensively wise, you can't trust Bellerin.
No, you can't trust Bellerin defensively. You can't trust him to shoot. You can't trust him to pass. You can't trust him with anything really nowadays. Let's move into central midfield. I think this one, if we're going off not necessarily working together, but individual players. So, I'd no doubt say that a pairing of like Højbjerg. I like Højbjerg and Lo Celso as a pairing.
Oh, so you wouldn't put Partey in there or Xhaka, perhaps?
Oh, if we're talking about a pairing, I think they're better together than any of our central midfielders. But then again, yeah, I would.
So, I mean, even if I was picking at individuals, I think, yeah, Højbjerg, definitely. I think he's had the most passes in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, he's a great player. Great player.
Solid. He does a bit of everything for you. He can shoot as well. It's always good from your CDMs. If you need to have a shot outside the box, they'll at least try it, and it's not half bad.
Yeah, I really like him.
I think otherwise I wouldn't put Lo Celso in. I just don't. He's not played enough for me this season. He's not playing enough. When he's come in, he's not looked where he was last season. He looked a decent little player last year.
You're looking at. Don't get me wrong. I think Partey is a class player. I think he's a really good player, but he's not played enough, and he's not impressed me enough at the moment for me to think he's. I don't know, because like you said, you've made me think about Lo Celso now.
But yeah, I mean, with Partey, yeah, I saw him play when he was at Atletico Madrid when they played Liverpool just before lockdown. Yeah, fantastic. That was I picked him out. I thought, this guy's sick. And then I also signed him. I thought, this is a really good signing. And we've not seen anything of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's been injured, obviously, and it's been a difficult season for Arsenal, hasn't it? I think it doesn't help anybody being in a centre midfield partnership with Granit Xhaka. I think that's exactly how you kill someone's spirit. But I don't know. I think that one is difficult. You've probably swayed me to go Partey now, but I do like this also.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, what other centre midfielders are there that's really getting game time and showing some quality? There isn't really anybody else that sticks out to me.
For Tottenham, also you've got Ndombele, Sissoko.
Yeah, I mean they've not really impressed me this year. I think Ndombele's been better.
I tell you what, if you give again, I think Odegaard's been good, but again, probably not played enough.
No,
because I think Odegaard could be one of our best players this season by the end of the season.
He can actually get some game time.
Yeah, and I do. I think he's an amazing player. I mean, he's only on loan, but that's a typical problem with us. We pay stupid amounts for the ones that are shit and loan the good ones. Anyway, let's move on to...
we'll stick a Partey in there and we'll carry on.
Yeah, agreed. Left midfield.
So are we saying left midfield or like a left wing?
Well, I know if we say left wing. Okay, we'll go left wing. Go on, left wing then.
Well...
Say it. Just say it, Will.
No, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not going to say Bale if that's what you're thinking.
No, not Bale, no. It really depends where you're playing everyone, doesn't it? Because on Arsenal's left wing, it could be... well, no.
Well, realistically, Aubameyang plays on the left, doesn't he?
Yeah, I was going to say Aubameyang, but I thought... Well, then again, if you say Aubameyang, you could play Son on the wing.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd play Son... I suppose, does Son play on the left? I'd say play on the right more than the left.
I would put him on the left, but... What, should you put Aubameyang in with the season he's had?
I mean, I think if he's got the quality around him, he's gonna get chances, and obviously he's definitely not playing up front in this team.
Why is that, War?
Well, you know why? Because we're putting Lacazette up front.
Sorry, I forgot. Well, I would put. I like Bergwijn.
You see, I don't think he's any good.
Well, he's a professional footballer, so...
Well, all right, fair enough. But he's definitely...
You're the Derbyshire Pirlo, he's the Tottenham Bergwijn, so...
He's definitely not done anything. He's just not done anything for me this season.
So you put Aubameyang there?
I think I probably would.
I think we're good. Well, okay. I'd put Son there, personally.
Oh well, sorry. If we're putting Son on the left, then yeah, 100% Son.
That's up to you. That's you don't have to. I mean, we could, like I say, we'd try and do a 4-4-2, but you can play it however you want. You know, it wouldn't be 4-4-2, I suppose. It would in Son on the left wing, but well, I'd put Son there. If you want to put Aubameyang, yeah, that's fine. But you're wrong. So, right wing.
Well, I think there's very limited options again. Because this is what I'm saying. I would have put Aubameyang on one side and Son on the other because, realistically, Pepe and Willian aren't doing it for me.
No, agreed.
Bale, again, is only really sparked into life these last few weeks. That doesn't justify place. Lucas Moura, I do rate him. I think he's okay, but again, inconsistent.
I might put... Well, to be fair, if I put Son on the right, I'd put Saka on the left.
Oh, yeah, the Saka, yeah, of course, yeah.
So if I'd have. Don't get me wrong. Saka is someone who has so much hype around him at the moment. Like, it's unbelievable. But I think he's had a great season. He's been great for Arsenal, so I'd definitely put him on the left and Son on the right.
Yeah, I think I'd just go Aubameyang on the left and Son on the right.
Fair enough. So the big one, centre forwards or forwards in general. Who are you having more?
Yeah, you see, I forgot that we're going to be putting two up there. Well, I mean, obviously, Kane's obviously one.
Why is Kane obviously one?
Well, because realistically, he's probably the only striker this season that's actually been consistent and actually scored goals.
Is he really any good, Harry Kane?
Yeah, of course he is. I mean, I know you dislike him, but
I think he's a great player. I take it piss. I think you can't really not put Kane in, can you? To be honest,
he does everything, doesn't he? He can score from anywhere, no matter what.
You said
passing ability.
You could say he score from anything. Do you think he could score, say, a simple goal in a World Cup?
Oh, well, if he passed it to Sterling, which he can now pass, so...
Yeah. Harry Kane, yeah, I mean, can't disagree with that, can you? If we're putting two up front, and let's say again, not for the ability to work together, but who's been the best forward? Who's been the other best forward this season?
That's a bit of a tough one, that, because realistically, Spurs don't play with another forward.
No, they don't.
And they've got that Vinicticus, where his name is.
Vinicius, who isn't bad.
He's not bad, but I mean, compared to the players we're talking about.
Do you know? I'm going to throw a wild one out for you all, and you're probably going to disagree with me on this, because again, it's coming up to the not playing a lot. But when he has played, Martinelli.
Has he even played this season?
Yeah, what do you mean he played this season? He's been subbed on at least twice.
Oh, God. It's fair. I do rate him. He's a really good player, but I just don't... I think he's going to be one of them players that is just never fit. I
think he'll leave Arsenal. He's too good for Arsenal's ambition currently.
Well, I mean, if he can get on the pitch, then yeah, maybe, but...
well, let's see. Your other options are, Lacazette. I mean, Lacazette, again, I like Lacazette. I do like him. I think his passion and his tenacity and his persistence is great. You just don't find the back of the net.
No, but I think he does lead the line quite well, especially when you're playing with when you've got the younger players on. You've got Saka, Smith Rowe there.
Well, I wouldn't have. We didn't mention Smith Rowe, did we?
No, I mean, to be fair, I mean, I don't know if I could justify him saying he is, the best central attacking mid form wise at the minute, because he's not, but he's definitely come in and made an impact.
And again, we have this again with the big teams buying the money, and look who's made the difference for Arsenal this season: Bukayo Saka and Smith Rowe.
Yeah,
and
I'll tell you what. Then I'll put Smith Rowe behind the striker, then, and I'll play with the two wingers. The 2 foot attacking wingers.
Yeah, I think based on the fact that we can't really find the forward that we like, I'd probably do the same as you. I can't believe we didn't think Smith Rowe. Yeah, I don't think we've got any other option. I guess it's not been a great season for Arsenal, and Tottenham don't play that way, really, do they?
No, I mean, I think we've just been talking about two teams that probably aren't playing to the best of their ability.
Yeah.
Arsenal for sure. Spurs had the great start, and again, as like a lot of teams, petered out for a little while, picked up again a little bit now.
It's like what Roy Keane said about, was it a couple of years ago maybe, about Man United and Harry Kane. He said, Man United just need to sign Harry Kane. That shows how good, that how much Roy Keane thinks of him, is that Man United just needed a Harry Kane and they'd win the league. And so a team with Harry Kane leading the line surely must be doing better than Tottenham are doing. What is it that Tottenham are missing?
Well, exactly. I mean, what are they missing? Because they've got a great squad.
I'm struggling to see. I mean, they've not got, David Luiz type character, and they can have him if they want.
I think we've managed well, though. I think we've somehow built a
Yeah,
team.
I think we've picked an all right team who possibly would challenge for the title in the SPL.
Would it finish higher than this current Arsenal team? That is the question.
Well, I mean, there's more chance of it finishing higher because there's more teams above us than are below us. If we're 11th, I think we're 11th at the moment. But yeah, I think we've done pretty well there. Thank you very much for joining me again, Wall.
Thank you. Cheers.
We'll see how. Before you go, what do you think the score will be?
Ooh, I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal.
See, I was thinking 2-1 Spurs, but it could be an embarrassment if Kane and Son are on form, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, they are playing very well at the minute, but do they always turn up to North London derbies? Not always. It's one of them. They'll either turn up and wallop you, or they'll turn up and play crab.
Well, I mean, I remember a year or so ago, a year and a half or so, I was at work at the time, and we played Tottenham. It was when Aubameyang missed that penalty. And I remember thinking to myself, like, against that Tottenham side, I thought they were a superior side to us. And I thought, oh, God, if only we'd scored that penalty. Because we've got a win over them. I don't know. I think this season, we've just got to hope it ends as soon as possible.
Yeah, definitely. Rebuild.
So, thank you very much for joining me, Wall. I'll speak to you again soon. We've been the Streets Never Forget podcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye.